Welcome to today's Shaman Short. Great tips, inspiration, and ways to live a more authentic and shamanic life. Join Dakota Walker from Gaia Wisdom School as she treks across the globe, bringing you these bite-sized pieces of wisdom for you to deepen your path back home to your soul. And now, from somewhere in the world, here's Dakota.
Hey, look what I found. Water! Yeah, so it's 100 degrees today. I'm in the desert of Utah, and actually this is the Fremont River, and it's here in the middle of somewhere. So it reminds me though, like I am so hot. I am loving being in this water right now. And it's hard to find water in the desert, so to find this is really a treat. And it's not very cold, it's actually warm water, but I'll take it. So it reminds me, I've been doing a lot on the elements lately, and when you have too much of one element, you really get out of balance. So if there's too much fire energy, you need water to cool it down, and fire energy can show up as anger, it can show up as anxiousness, it can show up as that fiery temper. There's a lot of things that fire can show up as. And so to quell that fire, you bring in the water element, which is cooling and flowing and soothing. It's what kind of shapes the earth element. So you get all the elements together, and really it's so important to have a balance in each of the each of the directions of the medicine wheel for sure, but also in the elements that you have. So my challenge to you today is to figure out what element is predominant in your life right now, and what needs to come into your life in order to balance that out. If you have too much earth, you might need water to help make it move. If you have too much water, maybe you need some earth to kind of ground you. If you've got too much air, then maybe some earth, or I think of earth as like the mountains kind of block the air, or they kind of circumvent it and stuff like that. So think about what you have going on in your life and what you could really use more of, and then find a way to bring that into your life. I'm just going to walk with this river for a while. So an interesting thing here, across the street here, there is a small little alcove park. And there's an old ruin there from, it's an old storage container that the Native Americans used. It was actually the Fremont Indians. They were named after this river, and they lived here about 1,500 years ago. And they did a lot of growing of the crops and stuff here in this area right next to the river. And apparently there's a lot of their rock art still around. I haven't found any yet, but if I do, I'll probably do another short. But the Native Americans, and many cultures actually, they really were in tune with nature and also the elements. And so when they would settle down somewhere, you would most often find that there would be the heat, so you'd have the fire energy, there would be water, there would be a river or a creek or a lake nearby, and there would be plenty of earth for them to grow fertile crops in. And then these canyons, down in here, the wind comes through and it creates like this vortex in a tunnel. So the Native Americans, for practical uses and for living, there's something just flew in the water. Well, it didn't fly in the water, it swam in the water. But they were really in tune with how to balance out that energy of all the different elements. And so we can kind of take that as a lesson for ourselves and apply it to our lives, either in physical terms or in metaphysical terms. So whichever you might need. I think I might empty out my pockets and sit in the water. All right. You guys have a fantastic day, and I really would love for you guys to put down below, how are you bringing the elements into your life? Because there are different ways of doing that, of embodying the different elements. So how do you do it? Let us know right down below. See you guys in the next Shaman Short. Bye.
Loved this episode of the Shaman Shorts? Subscribe to Dakota's YouTube channel and be sure to leave a review. It's very much appreciated. Aho!